What's up, everybody? Today we got our good buddy Ian Harrison. He's a musician in town, singing kind of country, but you also got kind of your own taste on it that's very, very tasteful. But yeah, we're happy to have you, Ian.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for showing up, dude.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Have you done a pod before?
No, it's always been like a dream of mine.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
wow.
I've been
Well,
wanting,
here we go.
wanting to do
Making
it for a
dreams come
while.
true.
Dreams come true, and what's
Hell
today,
yeah.
Tuesday?
Yeah, something
yeah.
like that. Yeah,
Dreams
Tuesday.
coming true on a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
Well, Ian, tell the people who you are, like what you do, how you got started.
Yeah,
where you're from.
My name's Ian Harrison. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I've been playing music pretty much since I could speak, but I didn't really get into it for a while. I feel like I had a lot of different career paths and choices that I was like making right out of high school, and finding your niche and finding like your lane to stay in, and
For sure.
eventually it all led up to here. We'll talk a little bit more about that stuff, but it became this folk country alternative type thing. And
Growing up, was music like always a front runner of I want to do this, or was it always just an option? Like, I know we talked about sports a little bit. Was that, what did you think you would be, or you
music
would want to do?
for me was kind of like a really far out dream, like something that I always really wanted to do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what are the
Yeah.
odds that you're actually going to be doing that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
You guys know
exactly.
how it is. Yeah.
And you think
especially in today's
everyone's
world,
gotta have
everybody
these
kind of wants to
dreams.
do it. And in 2024, everybody's wanting to do music. They
Yeah.
want to be
Yeah.
a musician. They want to be a superstar.
Who wouldn't want to do this?
Dude, and
you know?
it's never been more competitive than it is right now.
Yeah.
There's so many artists and platforms and songs, and it's just
and
crazy.
people in the world.
Yeah, and people that really are talented.
So after
Yeah.
you graduated high school, like you were saying a couple years ago, how did that transition from what you thought you wanted to do or all these ideas you had to kind of where you are now?
Dude, so right out of high school, I was actually just standing as a high school football coach, and I was like
wow.
interim worship pastor, like at a church for about 5 or 6 months until football season ended. And then I transitioned into like warehouse jobs, and I was roofing, and I'm doing a lot of construction stuff.
Cool.
And then it was like, all right, I hate this. Let's try something else. I was going back to school, and I was bartending. Great. These are all the times when I started writing my
It's a
own
man of
songs,
many
too.
talents, guys. I've
Listen.
heard about 3 or 4 different things in a couple of months, it sounds like.
Dude,
That's sick.
that was probably a 2-year period. Like I was just trying
Wow,
different things
that's cool, though.
and figuring it out.
Learning how to do kind of everything. And
Yeah.
That's sick.
And then we got hit up by The Voice, and it was just kind of like,
had you been like posting things online of you singing, or like how did they find you, do you think?
I still
So
don't.
it wasn't like you applied. It was they reached out to you, or
Dude, so I had like sent in a video like right out of high school, but this was years before.
Huh.
And I'm pretty sure our Wi-Fi crashed. Like it was like a video chat. Why? Because it was COVID. Wi-Fi crashed. I'm like, all right, they didn't get it. Like I'm never gonna try this again. I did not audition for the season that I was on. I don't know how they found me. I was posting videos on this private, like not really private, but just like a separate Instagram account
Yeah.
from like my personal. And I was just, posting songs I was writing and stuff like that. And I was walking out of CVS one day with strep throat. And I was like, got a text on my phone. He's like, hey, this is like Luke Wade, casting producer of The Voice. Like, you didn't show up to like auditions in September. This was 5 months prior. I'm like, dude, I didn't audition.
Yeah.
He's like, can you get me 3 videos by Sunday? And I worked at the bar Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So like Sunday rolled around, there's 8 inches of snow on the ground, and recorded 3 videos, sent them in. He's like, dude, you have an interview Wednesday. I'm like, all right, sick.
Wow.
let's go.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was
Out of nowhere.
It was really fast paced for me, and I wasn't
Yeah.
planning on it. So I did end up dropping out of school that semester.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like train. Do you train for The Voice? or
No,
like-
I just knew that I was going to LA, and I knew that when I got back, I was not going to want to be in school like while I was on TV.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I was like,
so
you know
just
what,
mentally
like-
dialed in. And,
Yeah, I was like, I'll take a semester, like whatever. But dude, I mean, as soon as they gave like the call that like, hey, you're coming to LA, I got off my bar shift at 5 a.m. I get on my computer and I'm just like drop.
Dang.
That's
How did that
awesome.
like your lifestyle and transition from, like you said, doing like construction, bartending, just like figuring it out from going to LA, and then ever since then, I mean, you've kind of done music, right?
When I got back to Ohio, I was bartending and I was just playing like certain bars around town, but I wasn't really doing it. Didn't have any songs released. Honestly, we didn't really start doing this until a little less than a year ago. So like last May, pretty much like end of last May is when I found my manager, and he was like, dude, like you could do this. And we started really doing it. We started cutting demos and stuff and meeting people here in Nashville before I moved. And
That's cool.
yeah, it was kind of just all on a whim. It's been really fast, and
Nice.
just excited for it.
Nice.
How did you like being in LA? Was that your first time?
LA, it was my first time in LA. It's not my favorite city.
Yeah, for sure.
Doesn't mean I would never go back. Doesn't mean
How
I hate
long are
it.
you out there, or were you out there?
Yeah, I was out there for like a total of like 3.5 months.
Wow.
There was like a week or two period to where like you would come home like right after blinds.
Mm-hmm.
I came home for like a week or two, like really fast, and then was just back out in LA for another like 2 months.
Nice. Was like your whole like every day structured, or did you have a lot of freedom?
So it was still COVID on The Voice. They had, a lot of mask restrictions and things like that. Your day was structured, like if you had something, but there would be days where you had nothing, and you would just be either chilling in the hotel. You can't really do a lot of things because like really scared about you getting sick on the show, and then having to push like your dates back and stuff like that.
Did people get sick?
Yeah, there was a couple of people that did actually. I don't know how that worked out for them, but all I know is that we also were breaking a lot of rules and getting in a lot of trouble.
You gotta have fun somehow.
Yeah, well, and it was
That's
like
funny.
me, Connor, Bryce, and we're all just like hanging out together.
Dude,
We're all
it's
just
so
want to
cool.
be boys.
Y'all were all like, shout out to Connor Sweeney and Bryce Leatherwood,
Shout out, boys.
all on the same. That's so cool.
I've heard the story of them two meeting. They kind of knew each other a little bit beforehand. How did you meet each of them?
Okay, so Connor was a little bit later. I feel like I didn't meet Connor until like we were out there for like a week or two.
Okay.
But Bryce was like my next door neighbor.
Huh.
And so like I'd walk out every day into this kid just like this country Georgia boy, just like he would wear this red flannel. It's like a cutoff, and he would just walk out looking like he would wake up at like 12 or 1 every day. He doesn't do this now, but he did then because he was like we were in a hotel. Like he would just wake up and come out like it was the end of the world. I was like, hey man, but no, Bryce and I became really good friends really quick. And then, when you put a bunch of musicians in a room together, they're gonna play together.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I feel like that's like really where I met Connor is. I kind of fit in with the country.
That's where you met a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's just where I fit in with like the country boys and stuff.
Did you ever think that you would be living with Bryce in Connor's old house?
I don't think I did.
That's crazy.
I just hadn't planned on moving here, and I was talking to Connor one night. I went to go see him at the Valentine when we were like here on meetings. And I was like, yeah, like I think I'm gonna move here. Like I'm looking for a place, and he's like, dude, like I'm getting married in September. I'm like, well, I need to be here in like August. He goes, crash on the couch for a month. He goes, Bryce did it for 4. I'm like, all right, cool.
Let's go. Hey, you took my bed.
I did take your bed.
While we're still on the subject of The Voice, what was like the biggest takeaway or like one of your like favorite memories from your time on The Voice?
I feel like The Voice was just a very encouraging thing for me. Not doing music prior and not really playing anything prior other than like, an occasional friend's wedding.
Yeah.
It was really just a confidence booster in the fact that like, holy crap, like I could really do this. I could really stand in front of a bunch of people and put on a show.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people struggle with too. I guess like being in front of, that many people and having that many people watch you and knowing what to do up there, body language, all that stuff. That's great.
Well, yeah, and I used to have like massive stage fright. Dude, it was like the blind audition and I was like throwing up into a trash can.
Really? Right
my
before you went
gosh.
out?
Oh, yeah. And then I'm like sitting there shaking and they're just like, hey, it's your turn, and just shove me.
Are you serious?
Oh, and I was freaking
God.
out, dude. And then all of a sudden the music starts and I'm like, I have to start.
Bro,
Yeah.
you
Wow.
watch the video, you could never tell.
you would never be able to know that.
It's sick.
It's so fast. It's crazy to me. Like it was literally like within 30 seconds, they pushed me out. The music was playing and I just had to go.
Dude,
That's
that's
wild.
wild,
Well,
man.
I guess they say everything happens for a reason, and it seems like it worked out.
Yeah, it's doing
You got
all
all the
right.
demons
That's
out.
cool. So after The Voice and you go back home, you're bartending. Like, did life change at all? Like, did people recognize you? Did anybody like treat you differently?
When I feel like when you go back to like the place that you were from and you're like on The Voice, I feel like it's always way bigger in that city because like oh my gosh, someone from Columbus is on The Voice,
Yeah.
or whatever. So like definitely then it was like starting, word was flying around and people came to the bar. Dude, it'd be weird. People would come to the bar and like be like, you were the guy that was on The Voice. I'm like, yeah. What would you like to drink?
And then in Nashville,
You
it's
want
like,
a vodka Red Bull? Like what?
it's like half the people are on The Voice in Nashville.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is that like there it was so special.
Yeah.
And it was like a 1 in a million thing. You come here and everybody and their mother was on The Voice.
Yeah. For sure.
Crazy.
How long have you been in town? Like, how long ago did you move from Columbus to Nashville?
This is my 10th month in Nashville. I'm working
Not
on it
even
right
a full
now.
year yet.
Not even a full year yet. Yeah,
Wow.
it's been. I moved last August.
A lot's happened, dude.
Dude, a lot has happened.
Personally,
great.
for you, like, how do you like it? Do you like enjoy the city? Do you like miss being back home? Do you have any negative thoughts of it? And you like a lot of positive thoughts? Like, how does your mind work with the town?
I really love Nashville. I feel like Nashville is big enough though to where it's going to take a while to really dig your toes in. Like I know you boys have been here for a couple of years, and you guys have made your ways around town and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm going on my third year. I think Wilkins is
I'm about to be
year.
second. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, it takes a while, and you really gotta go to these events and go out and meet people and things like that, or else your connections will just never build. And I think
for sure.
only being here 9 months, like there's a decent amount I still have left to do.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, like you said, I'm not a musician and I'm not an artist or nothing, but you're just going out and like making those connections. That's what it's all about. Like even if you don't want to, you just got to go out, show face. People, I guess after like the third, fourth, fifth time, people finally remember names. Like you remember faces, but remembering names is like a hard thing to do.
I always thought I was good at it, but it is a different. It's a big
different
pond
animal
out here.
And I feel like I used to be really good at it. You know, like when you would meet someone in your hometown, you're like, oh, I'm never gonna forget them.
Right.
You
right.
come
Yeah.
here and you meet 40 people in one night. How am I? And you talk to them for 5 seconds at a time.
It's like I know you every
Yeah.
time we see each other. Ask me your name,
Dude, you brother, how you doing?
Yeah, bro. That's funny.
Have you been able to play like a lot of shows since you moved up here? Have you?
So when we first moved here, we were more focused on building our team and building a catalog of like, you know, a bunch of songs that we have that we're like ready for, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And so I definitely stopped playing shows when I got to Nashville. We played a couple, I think one since I've been here, and then private events, like stuff like that. But so we're just starting to get in shows again. We played Whiskey Jam in November, which was really one of the biggest, I mean, the only shows I did in Nashville, which was a blast. And shout out
So
Ward.
was that at the new Whiskey Jam at Dirk's Bentley's?
It was like,
Yeah.
dude, a couple weeks into it.
That was a great show.
Yeah.
Was that was one that I came with Logan?
Yeah, you and Millwood were
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I came to your show when you opened up for. I can't remember the band name. You played acoustic.
Yeah, at Third and Lindsay.
Yeah, dude. I'm standing beside Ian. He literally, dude, minutes, if not seconds, before he goes on the stage, he drops his entire guitar, and it falls out of his hands and hits the ground.
Dude, I was in the worst mood for that set. Like, I feel like you could see it on my face. Like, I was just pissed. And
Damn.
I felt so bad.
Were you
like,
because of dropping the guitar or just
oh,
in
yeah.
general? Okay.
No, it was like busted. Like, it had a hole in the bottom.
Oh.
And I was hoping it was just going to
Could
play
you
when I
hear
got
it?
up there.
Like,
no, you couldn't hear it.
Okay.
But I was just, I mean, when I brought it home, and 2 weeks later, the rest of the body started cracking, like right off the bat. I took it back, got rid of it, but
It's like a nightmare before a show.
it was awful.
yeah.
Well, that's cool. You said you've been writing a lot of songs that y'all believe in. Are those songs coming out? Or you got something cooking up, something coming out soon?
Yeah, we got the one dropping this Friday, May 10th.
Oh, yep.
Everything About You. We're going to have a lot of music come out in the next coming months. And just know you probably won't go more than a couple weeks without a song.
That's sick.
I'm excited. I've heard a little bit of what you've been working on, and it's like, I'm not gonna like ruin anything, but
No, you're good.
But yeah, well, it's gonna be good.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm proud of it. It's very different. I think it's just
Yeah.
like, it's like a newer type thing. And
It's like a newer, but like almost a little older sound. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
sound very modern techie production, but it's the quality is very new, but the sound is achievable. I don't want to say nostalgic. A little nostalgic.
Yeah, I mean, almost
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the early like 2010s and things
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but very relatable to today at the same time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, what are some of Ian Harrison's like hobbies outside of music? What do you enjoy to do when you're not, in the studio or in the writing room?
Dude, this question always gets me because a lot of like 99% of my time is spent doing everything music. Like even when I come home at the end of the day, it's like I don't have time. I got to make, text people back, do emails.
That's not a bad thing.
Dude, it's not a bad
I'm
thing.
busy.
Yeah.
I do love it. I do. But I mean, I also love a lot of we've gone to the gym together a couple times.
Yeah.
Like I love going to the gym and health and wellness. It's like
important.
a big thing for me.
Yeah.
Dude, I like anything outside.
Yeah.
Like I want to go on the boat. I want to go like fish. I want to do something.
Yeah,
I just want to go
sure,
outside.
yeah.
Get some vitamin D.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
You came over here a few times, and we played a few poker games.
Yeah, we have
Like-
played a few poker games.
Is that like a
Dude, I just enjoy hanging with the boys. Like,
Yeah.
if there's ever a time that someone's like, "Hey, we got a group coming over. Like,
Any,
do you want to come over and hang out?"
degenerate gambling or anything, Ian's down for it.
I'm like, you want degenerate gambling, you want taking shots, you want getting messed
Yeah.
up on a Monday. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
well, guess what? I'll free up my Tuesday.
Sick candid pictures from Brendan.
free
Tuckett.
up my Tuesdays.
Sweet pictures by Brendan Took It.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's funny.
So, anything exciting coming up? Like you going any vacations or playing any shows at the beach or?
Yeah. So,
Wilkins is beach oriented on that.
I just landed from Key West. I'm
dude,
still
Wilkins gets back from Key West. He's like, take me
Yeah.
back, dude.
So you go to the beach. But no, I saw on your Instagram. You have some shows, like some, or not shows, I mean, shows, but you have
Yeah.
some cool stuff in the works.
Yeah. So we'll be heading out to Whiskey Jam's tailgate for the Bootleggers tailgate at Luke Holmes' show next weekend.
Oh, dude.
Which is going to be
hype.
dude, I'm
That
so
is
excited.
nuts.
Yeah. We got 2 shows coming up for CMA Fest, both on the 6th. So I'll play twice that day.
Nice.
And then, I mean, I'll drive actually straight to another festival on the 7th. And then
Road
just come-
life.
Yeah, I know.
On the
And
road
then
again.
Come right back for the 8th to finish up CMA Fest
Yeah.
and, do all that.
That's awesome, dude.
And, we got a lot of festivals that we've announced, and there's a lot of shows that are not festivals that I haven't been able to announce, and I really want to.
Oh, nice.
But I just can't say
Coming
them
soon.
yet.
Hey, but at least let's go. They're on the calendar.
Yeah, they're on the calendar. They're there.
So this is something on the subject that we could maybe clip back in the future when it happens. Who are like a few of the guys that you would just love, even the girls, whoever, any of the artists that you would love to open up for? Or that you would get a chance
Or
to
have
go
a
on the
show
road
with.
with and support, write with, anybody like that?
Dude, I'm really into like a lot of the lyricist guys, like 49 Winchester, dude. I freaking
They're
love them. I would go on the
amazing,
road
dude.
with them anytime.
Shout out to Isaac and Bus and all the guys over
dude.
at 49.
You guys,
They're
whatever you're
incredible.
doing, keep doing it.
Incredible.
Well, it's the same thing with Wyatt and Evan and Dylan and a lot of those guys. I love
Yeah.
those guys.
So
I
you
think
like
they're
that?
great.
You like that kind of that sub country genre on that side?
Yeah, I think I just like it just because the lyricism is
songwriting,
kind of a little bit more like mine,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I mean the style is honestly a little bit more like mine, which you could say.
So you showed me the artist Dominic Fike, but
Yeah.
he's not country.
He's not country.
He's sick though. Would you ever like dabble in the far future once you get this project finished in a different sound or leave that to those people?
That'll totally come. I feel like that's a thing that I'm thinking about years later.
Yeah,
I think I got
that's
something.
awesome, though.
I have some things to do in the coming years before
On
that.
some Post Malone shit.
Dude, let me tell you, my dream collab right now is either like Post or Shabuzi.
Oh,
Shabuzi, dude,
Shabuzi
I would do a song with
could
him
make
so
happen.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shabuzi's
yeah.
cool, dude. He's cool. That song is going absolutely bonkers
Oh,
Dude,
all
music.
over the world.
well,
and
dude,
internet
even
right now.
Vegas and Let It Burn were heaters. I'm just
Yeah.
like, this guy he just puts out good songs.
Even
For real.
dude, what was the big one that he had?
Some Beverly Hills.
Beverly
Yeah,
Hills.
yeah.
Have you heard that
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
That one.
He's
took
got
over-
this song called Gas
That one took
that's
over the
like
world for a while.
rap, like hard, but it's got like a little Western twist on it. Y'all gotta stream
Shout out to
that one.
Shabuzi, dude.
Dude, shout out.
He's sick.
I mean, just a guy from Virginia. Is that where he's from?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, oh my gosh, he's killing it. He's doing great.
What is your favorite state that you have traveled to so far?
Is this like favorite state, like of
Like,
all of them, or just
not
like been
home.
to?
Like,
Yeah,
not
just somewhere
home.
that's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
home.
yeah.
Just
Other than
somewhere
Ohio.
like maybe you've traveled for music, maybe you haven't, maybe you vacationed, maybe.
Dude, I really liked Texas. I was in Dallas for a couple
Texas.
days. Dude, Dallas, fun city. Highly recommend it. You
Dallas
should
is
definitely go
pretty
visit that. But also, like, I like a lot of the hiking states. Like, so my grandpa lives in Denver. Colorado's beautiful.
Oh, that's
Dude,
awesome.
yeah.
Montana.
Yeah, I've been hiking in Northern California, and it is
Oh,
one of
yeah.
the prettiest things I think I've ever
Have you
seen
been to
in my life.
Yellowstone?
No, I haven't.
Wait, Yosemite? That's not Northern Cali. You said
No,
it was Southern.
We were just like up like a little south of Tahoe, just like going through the woods and
but
stuff.
dude, Yellowstone, before you die, bro, you got to make it out there.
Dude, I want to so bad, and I'm seeing like I feel like nature has gotten massive in the last couple of years. like the national parks, I feel like Yellowstone really just made everybody go
nature's
crazy,
popping, bro.
Dude, I feel like everyone was just like watch Yellowstone. They're like, we need to get outside.
Earth Day, Air Day.
Yeah.
Like they all just went on hikes and they're all going to Yosemite and Yellowstone and anywhere they can get their hands on. I'm like, that's pretty cool. But now I really want to do it, and I just haven't had the opportunity yet.
Yeah, yeah. One day.
Dude, soon.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, all the outside venues and amphitheaters are my favorite, just because I don't know. I feel like the vibes are always better.
I think that's kind of another thing I'm excited for this Luke Combs tailgate coming up. It's in Santa Clara, California, so it'll be my first
it's
show,
gonna be
like
beautiful.
west of the Mississippi, pretty much.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, it's going to be outside. Luke's going to be in the stadium. We're going to be right outside of it on this massive stage while people are just, pre-gaming, and that's just sick to me. It's a day party. It's a
I
dark.
have heard, I don't know this for a fact, this is just from what I've heard, but I have heard word on the street is Luke Combs' catering is supposed to be one of the best in country music. So maybe next time I see you after the show, you let me know if that's true or not.
Dude, if that's the truth, I'm going to be living my best life.
Oh yeah.
What is one thing that you have learned since moving to town that you could go back and tell yourself before you moved here?
Say yes, just to any opportunity, to everything. I'm 22. I'm single, got nothing else to do. This whole career right now is my prime focus.
Yeah.
I should have said yes to just anything that ever popped up on the table. Like, everything has its opportunities, and you just can't miss them, and you never know what's going to hit.
Yeah. I can tell by the way you talk and the way you present yourself, like you're eager. Like you really want to hop, like anything can be an open door here. And that's how I was. Like when you first moved to town, you say yes, 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 yes. And then I feel like once you get established and you know right from wrong, and then you take that and you start to realize, like, okay, no, I'm not going to do this because it's not going to help me. But I believe like when you move here, that's how it should be.
But hey, so far so good. I mean, things,
Yeah, it's
like
worked
you said,
so far.
things have been happening
Right.
fast.
But I'm glad to hear you say that. I think that's a really, really good trait to have.
Right.
Well, I think a lot of it really is just like, you're learning a new city. If you don't say yes and you don't learn what's good, what's bad, what do I need to be doing,
Yeah, for
you're
sure.
never going to have like
It's a new
direction.
culture. Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
learn somehow.
Yeah, and you got to do it. You got to throw yourself in it and just
Yeah, you got to
be in the
lose
belly
a
of the
lot
beast.
to win big.
Yeah, seriously.
That's great, dude. So you're from Ohio.
Yes, sir.
Are you an Ohio State football fan?
I am a massive Ohio State fan.
Gosh, dude.
Go Bucks, baby.
Jesus.
Man.
Go
Have
Bucks.
you been to Ohio State football games?
Oh, yeah.
How is the environment in there?
Dude, I'm telling you, I've never been to an SEC football game yet. I hope.
What?
I hope to be to one soon.
Have you been to a
Yeah.
Clemson game?
No,
To the
I
Ohio
haven't.
State Clemson game?
No,
those are crazy.
I saw the Tennessee game that opened up here in Nashville this year. There was
Right.
a million people here, but it's also in the middle of a really large city. I don't think you guys have the same culture as Ohio State.
Oh my
but
God.
yeah,
That's just
that is
me?
a fact.
I've never.
Good
so
thing we
I've
don't.
only been. I'm from Georgia, so I'm a huge Georgia Bulldogs fan.
Yeah.
And I've been to a handful of other college football games outside of Georgia, but I really believe the only games I've ever been to are SEC games.
Well, and I feel like that's kind of just how it is
dude.
based on where you grew
So
up.
I need to go to Ohio
That's
State game,
interesting.
and you need to come to a Georgia game.
I think that definitely needs to
SEC
happen.
games,
That'd be
bro.
cool.
They don't disappoint. If you got a dog in the fight, bro, like
Have you ever been to like an Ohio State game?
not Ohio State, but I've been to some SEC games, like some South Carolina, Kentucky,
Yeah, like,
LSU.
I can talk shit all day, and I would love to, but I haven't been there. Like I haven't been to it, and I can't.
This is
no,
how you
yeah,
sound
you're right.
bad.
I haven't but
experienced
I've
it
never
yet.
had a desire, but
Dude, when you do it, like, and you go to like, the Purdue games and the Penn State games and the Michigan games, it's number one, is so
Michigan,
electric.
Ohio
It's so
State.
electric.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you're just buzzing with like, all that energy. But I don't even think I've stepped foot on an SEC campus.
Wow.
Really?
I don't think I've ever been to an SEC college.
Dude, so you're with, this is a little off subject. You're with UTA, right? With your
Yeah,
booking.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. So I feel like you're gonna play some shows in the side. You're gonna get to experience like some of these big SEC schools.
I want to.
And yeah,
Like,
for
I
sure.
see them all the time. And, all my buddies here, I mean, you guys all went to SEC schools and things
Yeah.
like that. And I'm like,
ACC, correction. Go Tigers.
No one cares about Clemson.
yeah, whatever.
Whoa.
But yeah, I don't know. Dude. I think it's just something like everybody should experience, especially like if you're living down in the southeast.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what we eat, sleep, and breathe. Like
Gosh.
I know a few guys from Canada, and like they love hockey, dude. Like they
You
love
really get
hockey
in a
more than
different,
like I
like,
think
zone.
the average person should love hockey. But I feel like all of us are like that with college football.
100%.
Oh, 100%.
But
I will say, I mean, the hockey thing.
Yeah, you're okay. I was just about to ask you that too.
yeah. No. We're pretty big hockey people.
Yeah. So would you say you're bigger hockey people than you are like college football?
Oh, no. College football all the way.
Okay.
Preds,
Say it again?
the Nashville Predators.
No, CBJ. Columbus
Oh.
Blue Jackets.
Okay.
Yeah, but so like I grew up playing pond hockey and things like that, and I say like
Dude,
this
that's
is
so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm from Georgia. No one, we didn't
so,
have that.
yeah, we're talking
Pond
about like
hockey.
the differences of like you know
Yeah.
the colleges. I'm like, there's differences in just the states.
Yeah.
So
Like,
is that what y'all would do
I did
after
swim
school?
team.
Is like, so let's transition into that, dude. Like,
Yeah, of course.
Let's transition into like, I'm interested. Pond hockey. First of all, just tell the people what pond hockey is.
pond hockey is literally just it's cold enough that the water on the pond freezes. You know, you want it to be a couple inches thick because you're gonna have like 10 dudes on the
no,
ice.
dude.
How-
you put
Wow.
like you know like knee hockey nets, like you just put them on each
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
And you got, I mean, everyone's got their own skates, everyone's got their own sticks, and you put on your lacrosse gloves if you play lacrosse, or your hockey gloves if you play hockey, and
Dude,
just
knee
like
hockey.
you go out and grab a couple beers, like put them on the side, and just shred up a pond. You play until all the ice is chipped and that you're tripping and shit, and then you go to a new pond. Like that's
How
clean.
many people have you seen fall through the ice?
I mean, it happens, but
Is it hilarious or is it scary or?
it's funny. Don't be wrong, it's funny, but it's also like, you know, it's cold. Like we need to get those boys out. They need to change clothes.
So I've never seen that happen in real. So you said, you know, y'all put the skates on, y'all start playing, and then it starts getting chipped. So once it gets chipped enough, you can't skate on it, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so it's like, you know how Zamboni goes around at a hockey game? Mm-hmm. That's literally just because the skates, like, they tear through the ice.
Okay.
And it's just like, you know, crisscrosses and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And eventually you'll just be going straight and hit like a bump and just fly forward.
So are there ponds where you're from that are just like public?
They're usually like in neighborhoods and shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Like you can't go on like,
makes
so
sense.
we have like a place
You
called-
said just go to the next pond. I was
Yeah,
like,
or like a
hey, is there
golf
just like
course?
a community of ponds?
No. You just hop, like, there's usually like multiple ponds in one neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so like you can just go to one pond in the neighborhood, then go to the next pond.
Do you
and
feel like
then-
that's socially accepted up there? Like, do they call the cops on you for doing that?
It depends. I mean, you got Karens everywhere.
Yeah,
And I
for
think
sure.
that's just like a thing that just.
God, dude, I bet Ohio
Dude,
Karen is pretty bad.
She's so bad, dude.
Oh, with the
I've
accent?
run into so many
no,
Karens.
I didn't mean it like that. But,
Nah.
oh, that's funny.
I've run into like so many like bad ones in Ohio, and I'm just like, you might have an IQ of 3.
Jesus.
I'm like, why do you care what I'm doing? Like, I'm a grown adult man.
So the pond hockey, would y'all just do that after school?
So
Did you play that in high school? A lot,
it was
middle school?
definitely I didn't play it at younger years.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I started like junior, senior year of high school. Like that was like when like you first started getting invited, like doing those things. But it was
Yeah.
really big when we were like in college.
Okay.
We have Alum Creek, which is kind of like Percy Priest here.
Nice.
Granted, my brother and I would sneak out like on the ice
Wait, that's
there, but
big.
like it's also
That's like a
very,
lake.
yeah, it's also very illegal and not safe at all.
Yeah, like that's.
Got to risk it, have fun sometimes.
Dude, you gotta do it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so
I mean, I did it with the pool.
Would you
froze,
say
but-
you're a pretty good like hockey player?
I would say I'm a pretty good skater.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm a great hockey player. I'm not. I mean,
So there's definitely a big difference.
dude, the stick skills that those guys have is absolutely gnarly. You would not believe it.
See, dude, I've never played hockey. Like
Same. I
I've
played
never
a
played
little bit
hockey
of,
or like
like-
I went ice skating.
It's
but,
like impossible.
yeah, I
to do
can't
what they do.
imagine like doing all that while you're trying to ice skate.
Yeah. Well, and dude, when it snowed here in January, we had like what 8 inches of snow and stuff.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So like, I was like getting a little homesick because I'm like, dude, like it's been snowing in Ohio for 2 months. When I was home for Christmas, it was snowing, stuff like that. And I was getting homesick, and all my buddies had FaceTime me, and they're all on the pond and like playing hockey and like
that's
just like
sick.
rubbing it in, right?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Well, I realized like our neighborhood roads were frozen, and I had my hockey skates on the wall, and I like put my hockey skates on outside. I get on the road, and I'm just ice skating down our neighborhood, and I like FaceTime my buddies, and I'm like, "Bitches, check this out."
Dude, that's sick. Because,
awesome.
dude, that ice was crazy.
It was, dude.
Because it melted for like one day for like a couple hours.
Yeah.
And then it just had the coldest days of like zero,
Dude,
1
and it was like
degree.
an inch and a half, 2 inches of ice just
Yeah.
on the road. And I was
Yeah,
like,
I
this
bet there
is
are hella bumps on
wild.
that.
Yeah, there were
Y'all
hella
had that
bumps.
back in Ohio.
Say it again.
Well, like, does that ice never get that thick in Ohio because
feel
like
like
they have so many like snow
We
plows
have
and everything?
so many plows and like Zambonis and salt and like, dude, that's why like our cars rust and things.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever.
So are you a cold weather person being from Ohio? Or do you enjoy warm weather better?
I mean, I used to be cold weather like all the way through. Like I think my ideal temperature is like 60. Like I want it 60 degrees.
I like 60.
Yeah, like it's a good temperature.
Do you prefer the beach or the mountains?
Mountains, hands down. But as I'm like getting into Tennessee and the Tennessee summers, dude, I'm like, shit, this is kind of dope. Like I can walk around in a cutoff and I don't feel weird. Like it's just hot. Like it's
Yeah.
just humid here. I'm like, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I'm getting color on my skin. Like this is sick.
Yeah.
Would you rather be in 32 degrees weather or 95 degrees weather?
Oh. I think I'd still have to say 95 just because, like, we got AC.
Huh.
Like, we can do it.
What about a fireplace, you know? Like,
Dude, yeah, a fireplace is great, but, like, I mean, what am I going to do? Curl up with a hot chocolate?
Yes,
Yeah,
bro.
That's how I am, man. Like, I love warm weather. Do I love 95 blazing hot sun? No.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you're outside, you can get a tan, you can jump in the pool,
Yeah.
you can get the garden hose, you can be out, you know, like, I feel better. Everyone's tan in the
Yeah.
summer. Like,
Everyone's
everyone's
happy,
happy.
bro.
Everyone's
Yeah.
That
happy.
vitamin D, bro.
Then you go
It really
outside,
is.
like, in the wintertime, it gets dark at 5, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's 30 degrees. It makes you, like, you don't want to be outside. Everyone's in a bad mood. You got to go outside 30 minutes before you leave so the car can get fully warm. Like,
Dude, I feel like you come home every day and you're just like, I just want to watch a movie and go to bed. And it's like 5
Yeah.
o'clock, 6 o'clock, and you're like, what have I turned into?
yeah.
Like, it's like, I don't even
A
want to.
vampire.
Yeah, seriously. I feel like I'm really bad at going to
Dude,
the
we
gym
get
in
our
those
power
months,
from the
too.
sun. That's what I'm learning with like health journey is like the more time I spend outside, better my mood is.
Do you
the
take
better
vitamin D every day?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do.
I take like 2 different 5,000 mcg.
Okay. Yeah, I take
like-
like D3 and I take like magnesium with
Yeah.
it, like to like
Yeah.
push it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on his vitamins too.
I'm on my vitamins.
Yeah, get your vitamins.
Get on
your
my
local
king shit.
GNC.
Take care of yourself.
Take your vitamins now. I don't think we'll have to take like medicine when we're 80 and take like 10 pills a day.
Dude,
Like,
that's literally the secret.
Dude, I mean,
I
if
hope
I
so. I hope
just take
so.
a
We don't know
Flintstone
yet,
every
but
day.
We don't know,
Hopefully
but
it
like
will be.
Gary Brecka, hey, I believe you, bro. Whatever you got
Take
going.
a Flintstone vitamin every day.
Jeez. Where can all the people find you at on social media? Is it just Ian Harrison everywhere?
So it's Ian Harrison Music on everything except Instagram. Instagram is ian.harrison. And then you can find me on any of the platforms, you know, that has music except for SoundCloud, I think.
I don't
Can't
know.
find me on SoundCloud. It's a bummer.
Yeah. If you have
Hopefully not.
SoundCloud,
Can't find me
you
on
better
Touch Tunes
upgrade.
yet, but we'll get there. Dude, thank you guys for having me out. I know this was kind of last minute.
Dude.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for coming out. Yeah. So for the people, just a little. If you watched to the very end, we'll go ahead and tell you this as a disclaimer. We didn't plan to have Ian today, so we called him up and he came right over.
Yeah.
Say yes.
We got lucky.
Say yes.
Don't say
We
no.
got-
Say yes.
Y'all better say yes. Peace out.
See ya.
Yes.